17's my number. Now you all have the passwords to my computer and everything.
Austin, congratulations beating my record. It feels good. You're going to enjoy it more once your career is over, but it's a great milestone. And good luck chasing the big championship for the Toronto Maple Leafs. Congratulations, Austin.
Beautifully said. And welcome inside Scotiabank Arena here at Gate 5. That was Matt Sundin congratulating Austin Matthews, I guess, after the goal. Here he is live and in person all the way from Sweden. Mats, how are you? Thanks for doing this. Great to see you.
Very good. Thanks for having me, guys. Excited to be here.
I love it. You know what? I'm so excited to get this thing rolling. When you were watching that game, obviously you're the greatest goal scorer for the Toronto Maple Leafs. Now Austin has now eclipsed that. Were you proud of that moment, and did it take you back to when you were a player?
First, I was just disappointed. I thought I was going to keep that record for a few more years. He's scoring a little too good of a goal scorer. No, it was great to watch him. He's done so well since obviously being drafted by the Maple Leafs and starting his career here. And he is an absolute treat to watch. And records are made to be broken, so I'm very happy for him.
You knew it was going to happen, but certainly you're watching from Sweden, you're keeping an eye on things. And I mean, what have you just noticed about maybe the way he goes about it? You mentioned what a talent he is, but when you, as from one goal scorer to another, when you're watching his game, what do you see?
Well, he has a talent, obviously, that is, like you guys know, it's a very elite, among the best in the league, in the world. And, you know, playing in a market like Toronto, as we also know, it's the toughest market to be in the world. It's the hockey capital of the world. And the way he handles that and has been producing and delivering for the organization and for the fans of Toronto since he came here, very impressive player.
Now, when we're talking about goals, and obviously we get to see Austin all the time, and he's scoring at a wicked rate. Taking you back, what was your favorite goal that you scored, if there was one moment in your career with the Toronto Maple Leafs?
Well, I would say playing Carolina in the conference finals, I tied the game up late, I think, with 17 seconds left of the game. That would have been my most important goal, I think. We ended up losing in overtime in Game 6, but just the reaction at home here in front of the home fans to tie that game up, I would say that's the most important one.
You mentioned this market, and certainly it's hockey, Matt, and now when you throw in social media, it's a whole other beast. But I wanted to see if you could take us back to when you were, you know, knowing that you were going to set the record. Take us back to this city, what it was like when you were chasing something and trying to set that record yourself. What was that like here in this market? And I don't know, between the spotlight being as bright as it was and maybe a sense of the pressure as well.
Well, I think if you're a player, I think, and I'm sure Austin is the same way, he's worried about getting points for the team and advancing in the standings and having a great of a year as possible for the team. And sometimes when records are coming up, I think it's more of a distraction than anything else. I remember myself, you want to kind of get it behind you, and there's so much commotion and people ask you questions about it, and it becomes a little bit of a distraction. So I'm sure Austin is kind of relieved that he has it behind him. He's got the record, and he can focus on what's important for him, I'm sure, and the rest of the team is to win hockey games.
And so when you fly over on short order after something like this, are you flying first class, Mats?
No first class. No, I was
leg room.
But I'm home. I'm home with 3 kids, and they're on Christmas break, so it was kind of perfect to get over. And I've been sleeping the flight overseas.
Well, we appreciate you being here. You're going to go out to center ice just ahead of the game to be a part of the ceremony to acknowledge this. And I mean, they've had so many great moments here in Leafland. This is a big one. Do you get a sense of just how important this is for this, not only this current team, but this franchise? When you think about Dave Keon, you think about Daryl Sittler, yourself, and now Austin. I mean, the history of this organization, Mats, I know it's not lost on you, but just the idea that he now joins some rare company with yourself.
Well, I think it says a lot about Austin as a player. I mean, myself took a longer time to get there. He's in his prime of his career, still young. Hopefully he's going to be a Maple Leaf for another 10 years and score a lot more goals. So it's a great moment for the franchise. I think Maple Leaf fans and the organization should be very feel fortunate to have a player of Austin's caliber. I see him and McKinnon and McDavid as the best players in the league. They're producing scoring goals and entertaining the NHL crowd. So it's going to be a great moment tonight for him.
Do your buddies give it to you knowing that this record has fallen? Are they chirping you a little back home?
My wife gave me like, oh my God, is that good or bad? I said, it's great. I told her that's great. And like I said, every generation and every team has their stars, and I'm so glad that Austin is already reaching where he is right now.
And your kids are old enough to understand too what this means.
Yeah, my son plays hockey. He's 11 years old, and he's got a Austin Matthews on his screensaver. So I have to get a picture with him, hopefully, and show my son.
Yes. Hey, I know that guy. Also, let's talk about it while we've got you here, because Oliver Ekman-Larsson is going to represent Sweden at the Olympic Games in Italy, and obviously a huge thrill for a veteran defender who is really playing well, Mats. I wonder what you've noticed about him and certainly maybe Sweden's chances at the Olympics.
Well, I'm really glad to see Oliver, the way he developed after winning a Stanley Cup with Florida. I think when he started his NHL career with the Canucks and came over with high expectations and maybe didn't turn out the way he wanted with the Canucks. But, with the season he had in Florida and now the start he has with Toronto, he plays with confidence. He's always been a great player, but you can tell he's grown into maturity. He's more relaxed and comfortable and more confident, and he's going to help the Toronto Maple Leafs. And in terms of Team Sweden, I'm glad that he made the team. I think they need some experienced defense, and they're going to have a good team in the Olympics.
I just saw look at this. You got a Sundin jersey right here.
There we go.
You can't go too far in this town without seeing one. That's fantastic.
Hey, speaking about the Olympics, Mats, I understand that you're going to be going to Milano and
Yes.
represent. You're going to be on air.
Yeah.
Who you working with, and how many games?
So yeah, we're going to cover I got a request from HBO Max for Sweden, so we're going to cover the tournament, and I'm looking forward to go there.
Now, you two have a little history that I think we should dive into.
We should talk about that.
Yeah, it's great visuals.
I still feel bad.
Do you?
I have a great ending to this story, but the bottom line is,
All right, hold on.
Mats
Let's tee it
Sundin
up.
wasn't just a goal
Look at
scorer,
this.
guys. Number 32 is me.
Ooh.
I had the puck there, and you know what? The one thing you're not allowed to do is turn to your left when Mats is back checking down the middle.
But it's shoulder to shoulder.
No, listen, you're a lot bigger than I am. I actually got hit there, and just for the audience, I was knocked out. I woke up in a CAT scan machine about an hour and a half later. I woke up the next morning. I hadn't looked at my phone, and to a number of messages. Now, this is back in the day when I had a BlackBerry, and we certainly didn't text. Mats, this shows his character. You left me a number of messages, and we ended up meeting one another down in Arizona the following year, and it was the nicest gesture. I had 2 phone calls that guys reached out. Mike Modano and Mats Sundin speaks a lot about that. I had nothing to fear, and I still don't fear it because I had my head down. I never saw it coming.
I still feel bad about that.
Well, you know what? You're a great guy, and you're a great goal scorer, and truly, your messages to me, and that's what it speaks volumes of hockey players, that we actually do care. We want to beat each other. We want to knock each other down. We want to, win games. But at the end of the day, you exemplify what a hockey player is supposed to be, and you did care, and I felt it.
Thanks.
I did. I mean that. I mean it. He was feeling bad still.
I know he still feels awful. Sorry to bring up old memories, boys.
But I'll tell you what, he's kind of a dirty player, and that shoulder got you. Got to be careful.
Mats, how do you describe the relationship you had with this city and this fan base? Because you're beloved here still, and it was a very unique relationship. They love their heroes here, but yet I think yours was very endearing, even from the outside looking in. It was one that you could get a sense of, and you could get a feel for just that two-way respect for one another.
I think Brad can agree. If you're a hockey player, you don't understand what it feels like representing the Toronto Maple Leafs until you wear the jersey and meet the greatest hockey fans in the world. This is the hockey capital of the world, and to represent the Leaf is something very, very unique. I really love that part, to being able to be in a market where the whole city and Ontario and parts of the whole country of Canada cares about the franchise. So that was very special for me, and I'll always cherish that the rest of my life.
Can I ask you one question? You got a couple teammates. They'll be upset if you don't, give them a little credit, maybe a little shout out. Who are those guys that you played with here that actually still stay in touch with?
Well, I think Ty's obviously, and we came to the game together, me and Ty. There's been so many great teammates. I mean, sure, Brad, you're feeling the same way. Throughout the years, my whole career, played with so many great guys. But obviously, Ty still calls me once a week, reminding me that I had no concussions because of him. And then he hangs up. Just remember that, sweet, he says. Then he hangs up.
Oh, that's great. Well, listen, we got to say goodbye inside the bowl. We want to thank you for tuning inside Scotiabank Arena. You'll hear from more of us shortly. And for those of us staying with the platforms here, thank you so much for tuning in. And Mats, thank you so much for stopping by. I know you got a lot of things to do tonight. We appreciate the time.
Thanks for having me, guys.
A pleasure. And
thank you.
Yeah, enjoy tonight. I know it's going to be a special one.
Thanks, guys.
There he is, Matt Sundin. We'll take a break real quick. I caught up with Easton Cowan ahead of tonight's game. All right, Easton, a couple of things I want to start with. You've got the T-shirt on underneath about Austin, also pinstripes. We should have called each other. But the T-shirt, let's start with Austin. And what that was like for you and your entire group to see him get the record goal to become the all-time goal-scoring champ, if you will, for the Toronto Maple Leafs.
Yeah, obviously super cool. Very cool to, be playing that game and experience that. And obviously just such a hard-working player, and he deserves that for sure. And it's just super cool getting to watch him and play with him each and every game.
What was that moment like when you guys all piled onto the ice to go and congratulate him? Because obviously we don't see that all the time.
Yeah, it was great. Super cool. We got to do that, and obviously he deserves it, like I said. So just super cool moment for everyone, and we're all really happy for him.
You had a chance to watch the World Juniors. I know there's some familiarity there. What was that like as you watched some guys playing last night for bronze?
Yeah, it was good. Obviously, good tournament. Lots of competition. It's fun to watch junior hockey, and it was good to see my buddy Sam O'Reilly have a good tournament, and then obviously Ben Danford had a great tournament as well. So it's super cool for them to win bronze for sure. Okay, let's get to the game at hand, and that is the Florida Panthers come into town, the defending Stanley Cup champions, who your entire group knows pretty well. With the Panthers. So what is the key, I guess, for your group to have any kind of success while playing your game? You have to do what? Yeah, I feel like just put pucks in good spots and make sure we're playing good defense that'll lead the offense, and just keep playing our game. We've been having a good stretch here the last couple of games, so we just got to keep that going. Yeah, what is it that you've noticed? And I think we've talked about this before, but just the idea of your group playing a different style. It looks like everybody's playing a little bit more free. We could point to the power play. What is it about your group and the way it's playing right now that kind of has you encouraged? Yeah, our special teams have been very good. That gives you, a lot of momentum. Even if you don't score in the power play, we're snapping around out there pretty good. So just bringing that momentum to the 5-on-5 has been huge for us, and we're just looking to keep going and keep playing our system. I don't want to use the term bromance, but it appears that you and Nick Robertson have quite the chemistry out there. What is going right for the two of you? Yeah, I feel like it's good. I feel like I'm more of a playmaker and he's more of a shooter, so I feel like we find each other well out there. Best of luck tonight against Florida. Thanks for this as always. Thank you. All right, looking sharp. Okay, our thanks to Easton Cowan for stopping by. And I should point out, we did get Mats to sign the hat. I don't know if we can see that, Armando, or not, but there's the signature right in the corner. Beautiful. Matt Sundin signing this hat, and we will, of course, auction it off. And we will also have Alan Hocko, who stops by. Alan, how are you?
Boys, how are you?
Actor from Newfoundland. A couple of hit shows that we will all know. Republic of Doyle, St. Pierre on CBC, which is just wrapping.
Just debuted season 2 last night.
Gotcha.
Yeah, and it's on CBC Gem right now, so everyone can check it out whenever they want.
Well, thanks for doing this. You guys have a mutual friend, a Newfoundlander, by way of
Terry Ryan.
Terry Ryan.
He's tearing it up from the hockey real world to the acting world. He's doing a great job.
Yeah,
Did you get him into it?
Well, TR credits me. He's very generous. We've known each other a long time. We have a great mutual friend, Jeremy Charles, another huge hockey fan. And he started working for me in the crew. In locations, just dogging it out as a team player. He did some stunt work with me, but the rest of it, Terry did all on his own. Did you see that commercial? He just did recently.
Doing amazing, yes.
I mean, unbelievable. He's really, really funny in it.
Well, how does a guy like yourself, on the Rock, get involved in acting at such a high level? Tell us a little bit about your story, how you got to where you are today. I mean, be it hockey, be it acting, be it just kind of, trying to do a lot of big things. Guys in Newfoundland, it's a fascinating challenge and always a great story.
I think it's like the weather, the grittiness. You know, you got to do
Yeah.
what you got to do to survive. It's a storytelling culture. I came through it through theater, acting. Went to National Theatre School in Montreal. Worked here, lived here in Toronto for years through the theater. Started writing my own stuff. Republic of Doyle, as you mentioned, was my first big show. Did a couple of other things. Have a company in Newfoundland, and I'm still there doing it. And St. Pierre is our latest.
So you're in St. John's, and we all love George Street and the George Street Festival.
Yeah.
You got to tell me a quick story about one of your favorite moments there. But the other part, you're a Toronto Maple Leaf fan. St. John Maple Leafs, did you go to those games as well when they were out there?
Of course, yeah. Play
a big
with
deal, yeah.
play every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday with Andrew McKim, St. John's Maple Leafs alumni, former Boston Bruin. TR got me into that skate. Yeah, no, it's a great thing. It's too bad. It made great sense to me that the Leafs wanted their farm team down the road, but it was a big hit for us. We did love having them there, especially the Leaf fans out there like me.
What about George Street? Tell these people about George Street. One of the
festival.
One of the most fun you can ever have on a weekend. If you want to jump on a plane, go to St. John's.
Yeah, and you want George Street Festival's a great time, especially if Alan Doyle is headlining there. But if you're there too late, it can be like the opening of Children of Men. You know, do you remember that film where everything's on fire? There's a basic war breaking out. So you want to get home safe at the end of the night. You know what I mean?
What was it like for you just to kind of watch Matt Sundin here? I know you were a Wendell guy growing up, right?
I am a Wendell
Yeah.
guy. I mean, yeah, I am a Wendell guy.
Yeah, you still are. But to see Matt's, who's rolling in, look at
It was
this.
a good trade. It was a good trade, guys. It was a good trade.
So this is a thrill for you to see Matt's up close and personal.
Oh yeah, no, and I'm friends with Jason Allison, who played with the guys
Yes.
too. Like, yeah, no, it's a strange thing to be able to be this close to the thing you love so much. Like to be here with you guys is a huge honor. Like do media all day, do all this kind of stuff. It's all cool, but this has a special little place in my heart as a hockey guy. So
I am always fascinated when you talk to musicians or actors and athletes, the mutual respect for one another. I always wish I was a hockey player. Well, I always wish I was a singer or an actor, right? How do you describe that relationship or fondness for the other's craft?
like, I don't ever wish I was a hockey player because I'm extremely realistic. I play all the time. I am not good enough. I never was good enough, and that's okay. But I admire people who have that talent, and I love the game too. It's the best game there is, and I'm not just saying that. Obviously, I feel like it's the most difficult game to master out there. So people who've done that, like yourselves, it's a real, it's a thing to really look up to and to appreciate. You know?
Still play. You still get out on the ice.
Every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, sometimes on Tuesday nights.
Yeah.
Are you training on Signal Hill?
I used to train on Signal Hill when I was doing Doyle because I used to have my shirt off a lot. But I do a lot less of that now, and there's a lot less running up Signal Hill. You know what I mean?
I'll put you on the spot a little bit, but if you're a Leaf fan, maybe this is easy, maybe this is challenging. Give me your ultimate Leaf lineup of all time. Could be current, could be historical. Give me your
How about
all-time.
first line?
Just five.
Yeah,
And a
of
goalie.
course. Wendell, obviously.
Yeah.
Matz, Wendell. I just skipped Matthews, Marner. It's a tough one. Okay, let's put. Obviously, the Leafs over the last few years did have pretty much the ultimate lineup. But my fantasy lineup, sure. Al Frady,
Love Big Al.
Ellett,
Dave Ellett.
Osborne,
Osborne?
Matz, and Wendell. How's that?
That's great.
it.
Have you got a goalie in there?
Peter Ing, just because.
What
you know,
a nice
why not?
pull. Just saw him
Vester,
recently.
why not? Yeah.
Vester. Pavin.
No, it would have been Yeah, Pop Fan was great.
Yeah.
It would have been probably Fuhrer, man, Grant Fuhrer, of course.
Okay. Listen, it's your dream team. I like it.
Yeah. Doug Gilmour should have been in there too, probably. But,
Yes.
what are you going to do?
That's the toughest part when you ask that question, Ryan. There's just too
I
many
know.
players,
And
too
the
many
pressure
guys
is
to
on.
love.
And I played with the alumni sometimes.
Yes.
And one year, we were in Labrador in Goose Bay, and we were losing by like 8-4 goals or something. And I was on the ice with Krushelnyski, Osborne, Gary Lehman, Iafrady, and I was wearing 17 for Wendell, playing left wing. And I was like, how am I responsible for having to win with the 1986 Leafs team? I was having a panic attack. But Anderson went out on the next line with Tiger Williams and scored like 6 and
So great.
brought it home.
Oh, look at this footage. Is any of this?
Hey, that's me.
All right. Give us a little play-by-play.
nice.
Take us through it.
That shot you
That was
just
a shot
saw
off
there.
your back
Sarah's
foot
22
right there.
minutes.
Anderson gave me so much trouble for that. He was like, "You're going down on a 3-on-1 and you shoot with 2 Hall of Famers." He was like, or I don't know if he said Hall of Famers, but he was pretty mad at me.
Hey, just confidence.
I
Confidence.
was like, man, I wasn't coached by Pat Burns. Like, I'm sorry. I trained with makeup and I wore tights in theater school. Like, I don't know anything you're talking about.
Tights and makeup at theater
was
school.
my this is
and
my
I'll
job.
shoot when I want to.
No, I didn't know any better. I didn't know to look up that I had Glenn Anderson on my wing. I'm trying. I try to look up more.
Hey, you mentioned it right off the top. Newfoundland, a place of storytellers, and you've worked out east quite a bit. A lot of your work is based out there. I guess maybe the importance of that, certainly you go where the work is, certainly you know the backyard that you're in, but I wonder about those storytellers and why there are so many that maybe meet that description, and why it was important for you to kind of go out there and tell these stories. I mean, there's an East Coast twist to some, but maybe just the correlation.
Well, for me, like, the film industry is a great economic driver, aside from an artistic endeavor. So the film industry, for me, I always wanted to be able to bring work home. And the fact that I got to do that is a bit of a miracle, and it was a dream come true. And when I started doing Doyle, we had never had a long-running series in Newfoundland before, and now there are so many, it's impossible to get crew. And that's not just only my company. There are a number of companies out there. So there's some real satisfaction in the concept of bringing employment and making a television show that can be broadcast around the world. But that was a big part of it for me. Bringing work home, being able to bring the stuff that I learned in my experience to bring it home for the people that I love to work with.
I love that.
And music. And music is a big part of that culture as well.
Huge, man, huge. And, we're all friends and we all live next to each other. You just showed the clip from 22 minutes there. Mark Critch came out on that alumni game and was interviewing me, and Tiger Williams came over and threatened Mark's life because he didn't want Mark to say anything
Story
bad.
checks out.
Honest to God.
Story
I was like,
checks
Tiger,
out.
calm down. He's my friend. Yeah, he genuinely was like, he called me Doyle. No matter how many times anyone told him my name was Hako, he was like, whatever, his name is Doyle. If you mess with Doyle, I swear to God, I'll find you.
All right, rapid fire for you here to close out the segment. You ready? You can have a current Leafs player as a guest star on your detective show. Who would play these characters and why? The quiet store worker that witnessed the crime.
Sorry, what was that?
The quiet store worker that witnessed the crime.
It has to be current Leafs?
Any Leaf. Oh, current Leaf, sure.
Who works? I guess you got to get Matthews in there right away. I mean, I don't know if he can act or
Quiet
not.
store worker. He witnessed crime. All right. The one we thought was a bad guy who turned out to be the good guy all along.
Domi, I suppose. Max,
Okay.
he doesn't really deserve that, but...
Okay. The keen detective wannabe that wants to do everything to help, but kind of just gets in your way.
I can't answer that.
You must.
I won't.
This is rapid fire.
I'm not doing it. We all know the answer to that. I'm not answering it. I shan't.
CBC Gem.
No, I'm not doing it.
Alan, thank you so much for stopping by. Enjoy tonight.
Thank you very much.
We appreciate it. Best of luck, especially now with what season? Season 2?
Season 2 premiered last night.
St. Pierre.
Yep, St. Pierre.
On CBC Gem. Check it out. He is Alan Hocko. And we'll say thank you, and you can just roll on with the rest of your evening. We're going to continue on here.
Have fun, boys. Thanks.
All right, there he is, Alan Hocko from Republic of Doyle and St. Pierre, amongst so many other things. I love Newfoundlanders.
I haven't seen St. Pierre, but I love Republic of Doyle.
Right.
I actually think it's a great show, and what a thrill to have him on today.
We got a couple of minutes, so why don't we get right into a couple of things newsworthy, if we could. And this morning, we see Brad Marchand of the Florida Panthers here, just stirring the pot a little bit, talking about Matthews, talking about former Leafs, talking about the market. Do you want to address this?
Yeah, for sure. So I love being in the kitchen, and I love baking, and I just really think that he's just simmering the pot right now, and he's just honestly, Brad Marchand, he knows how to get a clip. He knows how to actually
Comes to Toronto.
get into the head of not only the fan base,
Ruffle
but
some
even
feathers.
the players. And I saw Paul Bissonnette today talk about those comments. And the bottom line is Brad Marchand is just playing with the Toronto Maple Leafs. And obviously their competition. What a player. Solid career. I mean, amazing. Just named the Team Canada. He's got so much to look forward to. But he knows how to get under the skin of his opponent. He plays like that.
And
He's done a
knows
lot
that it'll
great-
go on every outlet
Absolutely.
across
And
the country.
Honestly, he's a smart guy that way.
The game within the game.
And there's hockey fans that don't like this guy, but I'll tell you what, the only reason why you don't like him is because he's such a threat when he plays against your team.
Talked about this morning how it came down to Toronto and Florida. Didn't think Florida was going to be able to do that with the players coming back. In fact, they did. So we'll get a real up close and personal look at Brad Marchand tonight. Doesn't sound as though Matthew Tkachuk's going to be in the lineup, but Sam Bennett will be, and he's on that reserve list for Team Canada at the Olympics. Boy, that guy checks just about every box there is. He's an Ontario guy, and you know everybody gets up when they come home, right? And so we're going to see Sam Bennett and the Florida Panthers against a Leaf team that has picked up 10 of a possible 12 points in the last 6 games. What stood out for you about the way this team is turning a corner and getting points no matter what?
Well, let's just start here, and I don't want to stay and belabor to the point. Sam Bennett, what a player. And yes, he's capable and qualified to be on Team Canada. And he is a reserve, and maybe he gets in. I'll tell you what, it would be nice to see Sam Bennett, a member of that team over in Milano. Saying that, Marchand, Bennett, the Toronto Maple Leafs have to show up. They have to be committed. They have to be, pay attention to their details. If they play in the offensive zone with a lot of grit, sustaining offensive zone time, you don't have to worry about those players. But the bottom line is you have to keep your head up against the Florida Panthers. They are the most physical team in the East, a team that could beat you physically, and they certainly have high-end skill. So for Toronto, listen, you got to just stay confident. Stay with that pace that you're playing at. And I think a few of these players are playing unencumbered. They're playing more free than what I saw a month or two ago, and that's why they've had so many points in their last 10 games.
Certainly battling injuries, but we have some good news to tell you about. As we do know, Brandon Carlo is going to return to lineup, so that's encouraging, and they need him because Jake McCabe is out, Willie Nylander is out, Chris Tanev is out, Dakota Joshua, who you just saw, also out. So this is a team that still has not had, and Stolarz as well, they have not had both goalies at the same time all year. Toronto hasn't, and the blue line has been beat up, to say the least. So you're going to have to really rely on, obviously, the team game, but to get Carlo back up to speed, he's jumping right into the fire.
Jumping right into the fire. And the bottom line is if you're a forward, you can't make silly plays and not get the puck behind the defenseman. In the transition in the neutral zone, make sure you get the red line and get it deep in the deep in the offensive zone, and give Brandon Carlo an opportunity to get his feet underneath him, follow the pace, feel it. And you know what? When he gets out there, he's in shape. He's ready to go. But the bottom line is the game is getting quicker as the season progresses. And when you take a little bit of time off, or you have to nurse a few injuries, it's not as easy as it seems to get back up to speed. So I think your teammates can really help you in that endeavor. And I'm looking forward to seeing him play. Injuries have been a factor. It's too bad. But the bottom line is you can't make any excuses. Another game coming, and you have to look at the depth, have confidence in that depth, and then, of course, lean on your big guys, Austin Matthews being one, to keep on the score sheet.
Speaking of big guys, how great was it to see Matt Sundin here for Austin tonight? That must have brought back some memories for you.
Yeah, I love it. Listen, I'm a hockey fan too, Ryan, and I played against Matt's for my whole career from 1991 to 2010. I got traded to the Maple Leafs when he had left Toronto to Vancouver. I'm a massive Matt Sundin fan. I know his buddies. I know Ty and Gary Roberts and Travis Green and all these guys that were friends of Matt's. I look up to him too, and he's a big dude. He knocked me out. It was the only time I was ever taken off the ice on a stretcher. I went to the hospital. I spent the night, but I swear I never saw it coming. I'm nothing to fear. And you know what? The one thing I do know is don't turn left into the middle of the ice when he's back checking.
Well, we want to thank our guest tonight, Alan Hocko, the actor, and nice of him to stop by. And we also want to thank, certainly, Easton Cowan for coming by, and Matt Sundin tonight. A very special night, as Matt's will be at center ice to honor and pay respects and tribute to Austin Matthews as well for setting the record for the most goals by a Leaf of all time. We will leave you now, though, on a touching thought, as we will also pay recognition and tribute tonight to Mr. Bob Pulford, who will be recognized tonight, passing away. Certainly a 4-time Stanley Cup winner with the Toronto Maple Leafs, a hockey executive, and by all accounts, a gentleman. So we'll leave you with that as we say thanks for tuning in to Unsportsmanlike content. Enjoy the game tonight, everybody. It is the Panthers and the Leafs, live from Toronto.